When I was about 5 or 6, I had a nightmare that I was swinging all alone in this big expanse of nothing. I was dressed up like a whimsical little girl, carefree and laughing and having a good time. But I was observing all this as an outsider looking in, and I could hear a deep and sinister laugh coming from the darkness as something watched me. It was like it was saying, if only she knew, I'll make her her own worst enemy. I'll feed her some lies, then let her take over from there. If only she knew. I've had a lot of struggles throughout my years with feelings of not being good enough or not having what it takes. It goes back to about 7th grade when, I started questioning how other people saw me and if my friends liked me, if I was part of the group. Because of some different insecurities I had, I started hurting myself, and I had all these different obsessive compulsive behaviors, and in 8th grade I struggled with anorexia and even wanted to take my life at all these different points, and just completely isolated myself from all these different relationships I had. And I would tell myself all these awful words about who I thought I was. And I really came to believe those things. And I went from being an energetic person to not being able to communicate. So many different points where I didn't want to get help, and I wasn't willing to change. But eventually I realized that there wasn't the life I wanted to live. It's taken a long time to walk out of those times, those dark, dark valleys, and to learn to navigate my brain.
I saw the real Abby come back, and I saw the hope and the light and the laughter and that confidence come back or emerge in a new way.
I didn't keep practicing like social skills and growing in relationships during middle school, and so I just started to really even doubt my ability to be in relationships. And I was worried about little actions I would do, and is this right, is this wrong? I just doubted that I knew enough or that I was enough when I really didn't have to. I gradually realized that there wasn't this huge difference between me and other people, that I could just be.
I have loved seeing you emerge out of rigidity. When we expect a lot of ourselves and don't give ourselves a lot of room maybe to talk with people about problems that we have, it's very limiting, and it's very stifling.
Throughout college, I had all these different opportunities to do new things. Like I went to Ghana, I went to Costa Rica. I learned that I loved adventure, that I craved it, that I wanted more of that when I came home, and that I could live in such a way where I was doing new things and willing to step up and take on more responsibility. Sometimes I would struggle with, I'm not really good at this whole being a friend thing, or I'm not really good at speaking in Spanish, so I might as well give up. It was kind of like all or nothing thinking, but I don't know, my mind changed, and I realized, I shouldn't give up. Like, I need to practice these skills and build these muscles in these different areas of my life. And it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. And that's actually how I grow. I think there are a lot of self-defeating thoughts will say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. The voice of God says, you know what? In your own strength, you can't do that. But you trust me. You depend on me for help, for strength, for your very direction and instructions, and I'll show you what to do. I will provide everything you need every step of the way.
All life is a journey, it's a process, and that's true for everyone. When there's particular struggles such as you went through, I think it just magnifies that fact that you have to take a long view, and you can't just assume that everything's going to be fixed quickly or next week or next month. But the wonderful thing from this vantage point as you're nearing graduation from college is just how far you've come from those depths in 7th and 8th grade.
Whether it was the movies you made or, you know, things you've written, or more recently the songs you've written, I find it really inspiring that you've kind of been able to turn the painful experiences you've had into something beautiful.
I wanted to share a song with you that I wrote several months ago about opening up and embracing life, and I hope this encourages you. It's called Carefree Soul.
There was a different me, a rigid me, a me that pushed me down. I had my rules, anxiety fuels, expeditions never found. I cried, stretched out by invisible strings. My hope could bear no more. And then another day, the same, control down to my core. Friends came knocking. Why did I feel lighter? No, this could not be good. down until I questioned my restrictions, and a carefree soul came out.
As I've taken different opportunities and as I've invested in relationships, I've realized that my words and my time and my life can be a gift to others if I use it right. But the more I worry about not being enough, the more I try to fit a certain box, the less good I actually do, and the less peace I feel, the more, I don't know, just things don't work well when I'm trying to control it tightly.
Until I question my restrictions, and a carefree soul